Picture this. It's the week before Valentine's Day. You run up to the store and you're trying to find that special Valentine's card for that special person. Only to find when you get there, there's a gathering of people standing there looking at the cards, and it takes you a while to be able to even get close enough to view them. And you get up there and you're looking for that perfect card, and it's hard to find because maybe all the good ones are picked over. And then you do find a card and you bring it to that person and they take a look at it and they're just kind of like glance at it, maybe slightly read through it and say thank you, but it really doesn't mean a lot to them because it's not really that special. Granted, it might be pretty, like here's one here. This is a store-bought card. It's fine, it's pretty. It has a nice sentiment, but if I were to get this, I'd just say, oh, thank you for the card, and I'd put it aside. Maybe throw it away. I know I've seen people do that before, just kind of like not even read it, just open it, what's inside, you know? But when they get something like this that's handmade, they're more aware of it because you're gonna make a card for them and then you're gonna stamp it on the back most likely saying that it was handmade. That's gonna mean so much more to them knowing that you took the time and thought about them to sit down and make a card for them. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you're not new, welcome back. My name is Kathy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Minnesota. If you're new to making cards and you're not sure that you're going to be interested in it, a good way to start is by buying a kit. So this kit here from Stampin' Up! Has everything you need to make 9 cards. Birthday kit. And the reason I chose the birthday kit for this is because when you're first starting out, most likely you're more interested in making birthday cards. At least that's what I started off with. And don't ever be afraid to make cards because you feel like you're not creative. You know, when I first started making cards, I had no clue what I was doing. And there is so much inspiration out there due to this lovely thing we call YouTube. You can find basically any idea on YouTube. You can find ideas on Pinterest. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Just doing a simple search in YouTube on handmade birthday card and you'll see tons of examples. So don't ever think that you can't do it because that's not true. Anyone can make a card. It's super easy. And with a kit, it becomes even easier because it basically takes all the thinking out of the equation. If you want to just get started, you could simply just follow the instructions on the kit. And then once you start getting a little more creative, just start changing them around. You know, you don't have to make them exactly like they show. Or you can take products from other things that you have and add them in. But, you know, this is a good start off point. So to show you how easy it is, we will make a card together. Now, I have already used this kit, so it's not packaged the way it normally would come. When it comes, it's all neatly packaged and wrapped for you. So I think just to simplify it, we'll make this birthday wishes card here. So I'll take that out. I'll take out what I need. It comes with the stamp set, and the stamp set says, happy birthday, celebrate, enjoy your day, birthday wishes. It has a balloon, it has a star, and it has some little mini stars. And then it has the stamping block that you'll position this on in order to stamp. So, you know, after you've used all the papers and stuff like that, you can continue to use this for other cards. So it's super easy. This one specifically came with Azure Afternoon stamping spot. So it's the color they chose to go with this. And then it also has in here what, I'll show you, which stamps are included. And this is a nice tool because when you go to put things away, you can line this up here and make sure you have all of the sentiments and stuff, that you're not missing any before you put it away. I put this one on backwards, but I know which one it is. So for this card, we're going to use this birthday wishes one. That is card number 3. So the instructions are really simple. Put this aside. we're just going to need a blue card base. So I already folded one up. So basically, this kit has 3 blue card bases. It's got, I'll show you what it has in here. I've already made one of them, so I only have 1 blue left. It has 3 of the striped card bases, and it has 3 of the yellow. And then it also has coordinating envelopes. There's 3 of each. Nice, pretty envelopes. I always like to decorate my envelopes when I make handmade cards, so it's nice that they're already done. Put those aside. And then it's got, for the card we're making, that's the envelope. Here's the card finished. I already made one earlier. So I'm going to take one of these because that's what the instructions wants. And then it looks like we need a tag. We need one of these gold ones. It's kind of, depending on the light, it looks gold or it looks holographic almost. And then we need one of these tags, and they just punch right out. So we've got that. I'll put all this away. So we got our, put this other stuff away that we're not using. And then it has tear tape. So these are dimensionals. So this just raises your element up, gives it a little dimension. And then this is what's called tear tape. So we'll be using that on this specific card. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment. So what I like to do is peel it off. I like to just lay it down, just drop it. Because sometimes they can kind of, the sentiments can kind of bend a little bit. So just set it down lightly, just drop it. And then take your block and just stick it right over on top. So when you stick it down, this is the flat part here. I'm going to stick it on the flat part. And then when you look at it, this is the raised part. So, you can see, you know you have it the right way if you can read it and it's correct. This says birthday wishes. So when it's a bigger stamp and then you have a smaller ink pad, I like to just take the ink pad and go directly to the stamp. So I'm just gonna pop it over here, make sure I got some good coverage. And I can see it's all inked up pretty well. I might have a little more ink in certain spots, but that's okay. And if you're anything like me, it's easiest to just stand up over it so I can see it. So I'm just going to put this down here. And then I'm going to look at it and kind of eye it. And to me, it looks straight. So I'm going to go with it. Oops, I wiggled. So sometimes when you wiggle, it does smush the sentiment. Let me see if it did that. It's okay. It's fine. But try not to rock it when you stamp down or you won't get a good impression. We got that done. So then the next step is just putting the candles on. And they have dimensionals. So they just put one here. Whoops, I'm off camera. Sorry about that. Let me get back in camera. So they're putting the dimensionals on, which raises this and gives it a little lift. And then I'm going to put a couple here. And you can add more if you want. If you want it to be, you know, you can put one here, one here, one here, and it just kind of keeps it all at the same level, but it's not needed. And then you just take your dimensionals off, or the backing. Here we go. And then you just kind of eye it before you lay it down. And you know, just make sure you have even borders, top to bottom, side to side. You can either fold it or leave it open. And if it's not perfect, don't worry. The best thing is it's a handmade card. And so handmade cards don't have to be perfect. 2 more dimensionals and add it to this, the part we stamped on. Okay. So we've got that, and we're going to position that right. Let's make sure I'm in camera. Sorry. I'm going to position it right on top of the other one, and there you go. So that's super simple. And now with the tear tape, you're just going to take, they have 1, but I like to put 2. A couple strips right here. And then you just peel it off. Peel the backing off. Sometimes it's a little hard to get started. I will show you a tool after this that makes it easier to pull this off. But right now I'm not showing it because I want to show you though that you can do this without having extra tools. You can make cards with just the kit. Okay. So then it looks like you're just going to position it pretty much right there on the card. And then to dress it up, we have some embellishments. And with embellishments, a good design tool is to make sure you have odd numbers and you want to kind of draw in, you know, draw your eye to a certain element. So like 3 is usually what I use for embellishments. So I'm going to take one of these. Like, again, there's a tool that helps with this, and my fingers don't work great, so I'm struggling a little bit, but you could probably do this way easier than me. All right, okay, I'm going to break down. I'm getting my tool. We'll talk about this tool in a minute. You don't need it, but it does help. Okay, so I'm going to position one of them there. I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to put one right up here, just like the card shows. So there you go. You just made your first handmade card. And if this is your first handmade card. See how easy it was to make that card? And then you can just do even more to it. If you don't think you have enough on it, just take your stamp and maybe add something on the inside. Maybe you can do enjoy your day. Maybe stamp a balloon or something. Do whatever you want, basically. But this card with the kit is completely done, and it was super easy to do. So it's a great way to get started. Now, if you do think you're going to really want to make cards, let me just show you some tools that I recommend. They're my go-to tools. Okay. So you're going to need some kind of paper trimmer. Now I do like the one from Stampin' Up just because it's got the, mine is heavily used, as you can see. It's kind of messy right now, but it's got this blade that, or this, what's this called? I'm not sure what this is called, but it's the track, I guess. And both the cutting blade and the scoring blade can be moved up or down. And so it's really nice to have both of these blades. And so basically what the score blade does is it's what enables you, it helps you fold your card in half. And so if you're really new to card making, the standard size is A2, which is a 5.5 by 4 1/4. So you're gonna need a piece of cardstock. And usually, you know, it's 8.5 by 11. For making out cards, you're gonna want a thicker cardstock for your card bases. So stay away from 65-pound weight cardstock for your card bases because they'll be too flimsy and they'll feel cheap. So, but anyways, this is an 8.5 by 11. And when you go to make your card bases, if you want to make two at once, a nice tip is to take it and do your score mark, your fold mark first. And for a side folding A2 card, you're going to do 4 1/4. So I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to use my scoring blade and see how it gives you that line. It's a fold line. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I don't think my camera's picking it up, but basically it's right here. It doesn't cut the paper, it just indents it in. And on this side, it's raised. So then you're going to turn it over and you're going to put it to the 5 1/2 mark. And then you're going to cut it. So basically now we have 2 card bases. And then you just fold it over. And so another thing that I like, that I use a lot, is called a bone folder. And this just flattens out your card. So it does that. It just kind of creases your fold. So that's another tool I'd recommend. It's not needed. You can take your fingers and rub it down, but it's a tool that I do use a lot. Another thing that you're going to need is a good pair of scissors, and you're going to need some glue. I use the Barely Arts glue, and then I get that off Amazon. It's my favorite glue. And then I just put them in these little bottles, and I think you can get these bottles anywhere. So, also I like tape. So I use Tape Runner. I like the Altenew brand. And then this is the tool that I like a lot because it really helps you pick off the backing of tape. Let's see, I'll show you. I'll just put a little bit down here. See, it just lifts up the backing and then it comes off easier. And it also works good for picking up your jewels and placing them. So it's not needed, it's not a must-have, but it's definitely one of my go-to tools that I use the most. Another thing that I do use quite a bit is my stamp positioner. This is a Misti. And I will also have a link in the description for this. Mine, you can see it's pretty, you know, it looks pretty dirty and pretty rough because I use it all the time. It does clean nice. It comes with a mat that I took out. This is an additional sticky mat that I bought from Gina K that also acts as a stamp. So I replaced the mat that came in this with this sticky mat. This is the mat that comes in it, and it comes with a magnet. But I feel like the only thing I don't like about this is the magnet was not tight enough. Sometimes your project would still move. But the purpose of this is to be able to put your paper in here, your cardstock, and it sticks. And then you can put your stamp here. Let me just get one. I'll just take this one that we just used. I didn't clean it yet. So you can lay it down. I mean, not that this is where I'd want it, but I'm just showing it as a demonstration. It's not a very good impression. And so if you're anything like me, if I try to go over it again with the block, I have a hard time visually lining up. And so I might stamp it over to the left too far or up too far, and then it's going to look like blurred and it's not going to look right. But with a stamp positioner like this, you can just simply re-ink it and then shut the door, and then it puts it in the exact same position. So you can stamp it as many times as you need to get that image that you like. So that's another must-have for me. It's not a need. It's something that I do go to all the time though. Also, if you really start getting into cards, one of the tools that I use a lot is my die cutting machine. There are several on the market. Stampin' Up has a cut and emboss, but I had already had my Spellbinders before I started Stampin' Up. So I have the Platinum 6, and it's a full-size die cutting machine. It, you know, it's really easy to use. It has plates that come with it, and you roll it through. And once you get a little more involved in card making, there are other tools that you can use with this. There's a better press system and a glimmer system that I like. So that's why I like this one. They might work with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'm not really sure. So those are my favorite tools. You know, if you ever have any questions, you know, reach out to me in the comments. I'd be really happy to help you out. And I just wanted to, you know, share this, how easy it is to get started. And so please, please don't ever feel like you can't do it, because really anybody can. And if you're interested in this kit or any other product from Stampin' Up or any other products that I've shown, I'll have links in the description. But if you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would really love to help you out. And please message me or send a comment if you have any questions. If you want to shop through my store, you can scan this you can scan this QR code, and it should bring you right up to my store, Kathy Soley at Stampin' Up. And if not, I'll also have a link in the description. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you decide to spread some handmade love and make the world a better place by making handmade cards. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see future videos, please hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye.